Welcome to the Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 210. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, gear, and anything else the gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Chad Wallace from the Firearms Radio Network, your source for broadcasts for shooters, hunters, and all things firearms related. In this show, we don't have a review, but we'll be discussing the new Remington MagFed 870 and a bolt action AR-10 upper. So on the podcast, we have Rob, Zane, and Tony. Who wants to go first? It looks like we'll go with Rob. What'd you do in guns this week, Rob?
You gotta go with me because I'm the only person that's not muted at this point in time.
Basically, yes.
I didn't do anything in guns this last. I kind of skipped, getting ready for Christmas and the holidays. But I did take the opportunity last Friday to go to the orchestra. They did a show down in Sunrise. That was a freaking phenomenal show. I had a great time. Really good rock Christmas concert type deal. Hey, but there's one thing I did happen the other day. Is I was driving home and I noticed my car was running low on gas. I knew I had enough gas to get to the house. I was down in next county south, which has gas prices are about 50 cents to $1 higher. And being a cheap booger I am, knowing that I had some gasoline in my garage, so I could drive home that night, gas up my car, and the next day go out and get gas. So there's more than one reason to keep gasoline in your garage. For me, I rationalize it because Florida hurricanes, you're kind of come through because you can't find gas for a week before to about 2 weeks after. But that other night, that kind of saved me. Rather than spending, an extra 50 cents a gallon for gas, I could drive home and gas up the next day for cheaper. Gasoline store I have in my garage. So, therefore, our listeners.
That's your prepper tip for the day?
No, I'm prepared. I keep food storage, I keep water storage, I keep, cooking devices and whatnot or something. I am not one of these idiots on doomsday preppers. I'm going to survive World War III or I'm going to survive a nuclear apocalypse.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, a nuclear bomb gets detonated over Orlando. Look to the south, go ahead and wipe me out. I don't have to worry about surviving that. Who would want to survive that?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's just me.
Yeah, sounds good. What'd you do, Zane?
I went to the range once and just was having a very terrible day. You ever have one of those just terrible days at the range? And just nothing is working. Usually
that happens not when I go to the range. It's when I go to shoot some sort of match, and that's when I have a terrible day.
This wasn't a match. It was just me by myself at the range. And so I packed up my stuff and I went home and drank beer.
Yeah, okay.
About
okay. How about you, Tony?
Yeah, sadly, I did absolutely nothing with what I have going on with my family situation. I did nothing. I came back to Jersey and had to do a lot of catching up for the over a week I was gone, I guess. So, yeah, I did nothing. Sorry, guys.
Well, hey, I guess we're all caught up in the season then, I guess. That's pretty much about it. We did get a Christmas card.
They can pay me to do something in guns every week,
We got a Christmas card from MDT. So it came to Firearms Insider. We got some Works holsters in for review. This one is, they're both their M2s. This one is for the polymer 80-19 size. It is cut, so if you have an RMR or something, it'll fit. As you can see, because this one has a plate where the RMR would go. It's a pretty nice holster so far. Literally, they came in like Friday or something. They also sent one. This is for a 17 with, I think, a TLR1 for Zane. I got to ship it out to him so he can run that one. Those came in. That's pretty much about the extent of what was going on here. As we will get into the show. Announcements. Bandwidth sponsor, Patriot Patch Co., because they make awesome patches and are awesome people. There's new patches for pre-order. Basically, the only one I think I know of that's not related to some place is the tactical stocking. Then you can also join the Patch of the Month Club and get their awesome Patch of the Months. Ryan was nice enough. He did send me a picture of one of the upcoming ones, but that's the extent of it. So I kind of have some insider information there. Listener support program. You can go to firearmsradio.tv.
Wait. You're going to leave us hanging like that?
Yep. It's Valentine's Day. It's got a heart on it. Okay, I got to leave you hanging, man.
You're a single guy, okay?
Okay. Listener support program, Firearms TV, radio.tv/pledge gun gear review podcast, or you can support the other shows at just firearmsradio.tv/pledge. If you are shopping Amazon, please use our affiliate link at firearmsradio.tv/Amazon and help the network out that way. The Simon Says Train coupon code at Black Bag Resources is still good. To anything you buy using that code will be donated to Tony and his 2A4E diversity shoot. Hey, Rob, it's time for you to say something. I guess he doesn't want to. Well, Rob, your disclaimer's up, Rob.
Well, I was on mute. Who muted me?
I didn't mute you.
Oh.
Tony probably did.
The views and opinions expressed on this show are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the Firearm Radio Network, its benefactors, or contributors. Your discretion is extremely advised, particularly on live shows like this.
Hey, that's not the one that's written in there.
What did you read?
I just made something up.
It's basically the
this
same.
podcast are those of the individual co-hosts and do not necessarily reflect the opinion or policy of the Firearms Radio Network and or their employers. Your discretion is advised, especially on like what?
No, I'm sorry. You were just debuting your character, Mumble Lips McGee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, this is going to be harder than it looks.
Yeah, it is. Trust me. This is kind of what I have to go through with this other stuff. So there is no product review this week. Figured we'd try to keep the show short. And also, I'll remind you again, but we're not doing a show next week, the day after Christmas. So this show will be published Friday, so you get to listen to it before Christmas. I got my Christmas hat on for you guys if you actually really want to watch. I guess I'm the only one with video tonight, so you're stuck watching me and looking at these other guys' ugly pictures. So in the product spotlight, first up, we have the Remington 870DM. And I'm not really sure what the DM stands for, but I'm sure we can come up with a lot of stuff that probably is not going to be, that we might have to say the warning again about viewer discretion. I picked the base model one. MSRP is $529. And basically, what we got here is Remington came out with their 870 with a magazine. You can get a 3 or 6 round magazine. Basically, it's got a little lever at the front. I think you pull it in and the magazine kind of drops out and you slide a new one in. It is 12 gauge. This one has a bead sight, black synthetic stock. It's got the corncob synthetic forend, and a supercell recoil pad. Okay, if you need it. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, it comes with an 18.5-inch cylinder bore barrel, so no chokes on this one. Some of the higher price models, you do have their chokes available. Basically, you guys have probably heard about this stuff, but yeah, it's basically the Remington 870 with, a 3 and 6 round magazine.
It's a post Freedom Group Remington 870. Also, I think that's extremely important to point out.
Yes.
Yep. It's very important to point out.
You're dropping out, Tony. Yeah, I think he's gone.
What's the point of this gun?
So we talked about this gun on This Week in Guns, either last week or the week before, whenever it's all jumbles together. But so basically, the concept of a detachable mag or box mag fed shotgun is not a new concept.
Shotgun.
Sega's been doing it. Shotgun. What'd I say?
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, shotgun. So
you said
Sega. Yeah, whatever. Sega's been doing it. There was a company called Knox years ago who made a kit for your Mossbergs and your Remingtons. Black Aces Tactical is doing really neat stuff with them. Very high price, but very neat stuff with stuff like this. It's kind of gimmicky. There's, first of all, this holds. It's been a while since I've dealt with Remington stuff, but doesn't the mag hold one less than the actual tube mag?
Mag capacity is 6 rounds in the mag.
I can't remember what the Remington is off the top of my head, but
I think they're. I think on the 18s, I don't know. Are they 5+1?
Probably.
It might be.
So it might. Yeah, but that's the thing is Remington extensions. They are. There's
okay.
6+1.
With the hunting shotguns, they give you a 3 and a 6, but with the 18-inch, they give you a 6.
Okay, gotcha. Well, so they're the same round capacity.
Yeah, and so detachable box mag. I'm not going to say they don't have a purpose for but unless you're talking about super short guns, they're kind of. The one nice thing about a shotgun with its low ammo capacity is the ability to top the gun off. You don't have to, when you tack reload, you don't have to dump what you have left to top the gun off like you do with a rifle or a pistol. You lose that capability with this one. So unless you're talking about a super shorty, I'll pass. And unless you're needing to change ammunition types really quick.
And that's, I can see for law enforcement, if these things run reliably, needing to.
That's the problem.
Right. needing to change from, buckshot to slugs to rubber buckshot.
Well, here's the problem.
Why would you want to do that? I'm idiot.
Okay.
That can be done. And it can be done if the training takes place. The problem is under stress.
Right.
People screw that up, and they put a buckshot in when it's supposed to be a. That's why most departments are using 2 completely separate guns. Like if it's a less lethal gun, it will not even fire lethal ammo. Which the idea is sound because but unless you're going from 2 different lethal ammunitions, I would not play that game really.
Right.
Stupidest thing in the world.
I mean, and honestly, what they're teaching right now for that is you just rack, insert the tube, rack, and that's how you get your slug in if you need a slug. So, but this is kind of dumb, I think.
Now, my thing with this is pump shotguns. With one of the cool things about a pump shotgun is the expense of it is low. You don't have to purchase magazines for a pump action tube-fed shotgun. So that keeps the price down. One of the things with semi-automatic shotguns, or truthfully, anything that's magazine-fed, most failures come from the magazine. So now you're just introducing that right into your shotgun. So that's why it hasn't been done already on a larger scale. Because AR-15 sales have dropped through the floor, companies have been able to put stuff out that's different. And this is just something that's different. But Black Aces Tactical has gotten to here and on the ground floor of this because they started using Sega magazines way back. And Sega magazines are readily available for less than the $39 or $35 MSRP that Remington's trying to sell you a 6-rounder for. And you can get 12 rounders and 20 round drums for Segas.
And this is a proprietary magazine on this Remington, correct?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Proprietary mag.
And not only that, it's a huge magazine, and you get 6 rounds. Like, how many of these are you slapping to your Batman belt? Like,
you're not.
Like, someone was trying to convince me that 3-gunners are going to get on this. I'm like, no, they're not. Like,
no, they're not.
No, they're not.
3-gunners run a freaking shotgun with a 16-inch barrel or a tube on the front of the darn thing.
Yeah.
No, well, the thing is
yeah, exactly.
In a lot of 3-gun rules, you have to shoot open class if you use a magazine-fed shotgun. Yep. All the other classes have to be a tube.
Yeah.
And you're honestly, you're losing capability with this magazine than you are with a, 19 million inch tube that these guys are running in the games. I don't know. Like,
right.
Again, now, all that said, I am in one of the shotgun groups on Facebook where the derp is strong, and these guys love this. Like it. So Remington is going to sell these. They are going to make their money. So you know what? We can sit here and dog it all day, and Remington is just going to laugh at us and count their Benjamins.
Here's the thing, and go ahead.
Here's the thing, though. That's true for every facet of the gun industry. How many people lined up to buy a Glock Gen 5 when they were released that already had a Gen 4, Gen 3, Gen 2, and a Gen 1 sitting in their gun safe?
Yeah.
Well, that's a little different, I think. Yeah. But,
I mean,
yeah, okay, buddy.
You got a Glock Gen 4 17. Oh, here's the Glock Gen 5. They've changed a few things on it. I got a derpy. Buy me a derpy.
Here's the thing. This is the one that I think is useful with this. Remington has their TAC 14, right? That's what they call it?
Yes.
Magazine makes sense. Only because it gives you more rounds than would be available with the 14-inch barrel.
But does it though? Does that gun in general even make sense? So when we talked about this on This Week in Guns, Ryan Kleckner said he wanted a 14 one of those models just to hang on his wall just because he could. So
yeah,
I got you. I'm tracking on that. If you just want to get it just a big FU to the ATF, like look what I can have. Hey, rock on. But like for practical purposes, I'm not really.
No, not ever. I mean, unless I'm breaching. Unless I'm breaching, I don't need that.
And then I want an 8-inch.
If that magazine will get in the way when you're trying to maneuver
it. So yeah, I finally, my thing is this. I think it's a neat idea. What annoys me is they're advertising as if before and better by Black Aces Tactical with a nicer looking website and cooler looking guns and more finishes.
Yeah, and that spike they put on the completely pointless spike. I guess it's not pointless because it's a spike.
Yeah.
But that thing is pretty cool. No, yeah, they make it sound like there's this like revolutionary ground, like they're game changing, and like Knox did it
and
for
the funny
years,
thing is,
and then Knox got bought out by Blackhawk, and it went the way of the dodo. And then, like you say, Black Aces Tactical, and like, this is not a new concept at all.
And what gets me is they go, "We designed this from the ground up."
Yeah, no, they didn't.
And I'm like, wait a minute, it's a freaking 870. It already existed. You just figured out a way by looking at what was already out there of attaching a magazine. Now, the coolest thing about this compared to the Black Aces Tactical is the fact that it's a straight push-in magazine. You don't have to rock it like you do a Sega magazine to do the AK rocking of the magazine.
There's a picture floating around that makes it look like the mag release is extremely stiff on it. You can see like wrinkles. It's hard to explain, but you can see like wrinkles in dude's hand as he's like trying to release this magazine. So I don't know. Again, I wouldn't touch an 870 post. I would not touch a post Freedom Group 870. Now, old 870s, good to go all day long. But nope, not anymore.
Yeah, I want a pre-Freedom Group police model 870. That's what I want.
Great gun.
Police Magnum. That was the word I was looking for. My problem with Freedom Group is they ruined everything. Everything they test, the quality control is bad.
Everything.
All the way around. Their ideas are horrible. this is just another horrible idea. I don't know if they'll ever make the money back because I don't think anyone's really clamoring for a box magazine fed 870. And if they are, they'll go to something that looks cooler like Black Aces Tactical, which also does 870s now. They started off doing Mossberg 500s, and then they started doing the Mavericks, and now they're doing 870s. Why would I go to somebody that has horrible quality control? All they have is the name Remington. Sorry, stop being impressed by that after Freedom Group took it over and ruined it.
You know, there is one thing that I also heard on another podcast is, even though they say this is, designed for everything, this magazine well looks kind of like an afterthought. I mean, if you look at the thing, it looks like it'll bolt, like you could literally take it off, bolt it on a regular 870 and have it work. Now, there might be a few different parts inside, or lack of would be my guess. But, next year, are we going to see just oh, look, Remington now came out with the magazine adapter for the 870.
No, what they'll come out with, maybe they're going to come out next year with a super inventive recoil reducing stock with springs in the yeah.
Oh, again.
Yeah, I'm just not impressed by anything they put out. It's mostly advertising. You'll get a bunch of people to buy these because, again, it's Remington, and it seems that the gun industry is full of people who are brand loyal. Even if it makes no sense, they'll buy it, and that's cool. Knock yourselves out. Money's money, but it still doesn't make it a good idea. And would I use an box fed 870 for self-defense? No. I would use the tried and true, whatever already worked, magazine tube that already worked. I'm watching their thing. I watched their half-hour live video, and I'm looking at that, and I'm going, your magazines cost a lot of money. I mean, $35 each MSRP. They're heavy and they're big. How many are you really going to carry? How many are you going to carry in the field? And their magazine capacity is still only 6, which is pretty much what I can put in the gun. If I want an 870 for home defense or other stuff, I want a magazine capacity higher than I can have with a tube fed, because one of the things about being in a firefight is you don't want to reload. In a self-defense situation, I don't want to reload. I want to have a 10-round magazine in my shotgun. Actually, I want to have infinite ammo in my shotgun, and the closer to infinite I can get, the better. So yeah, the ability to take a 10-rounder or a 20-rounder makes sense to me. Seeing as no one was... Go ahead.
And if the capacity is the same, I want the ability to just grab a round and shove it in the tube if I fired one.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
I don't want to have to screw with a completely empty gun just to get attack reload down. Like,
and again, the weakness that's inherent in anything magazine fed is the magazine. So what happens when you drop a magazine with 6 slugs in it, 1.5 ounce slugs in it, on a feed lips? Will it damage it or break it? And now your shotgun is totally useless when you go to do the magazine change. Something that would never happen if you were running your tube fed. I know I kind of sound like somebody that's trying to, in the early 1900s, arguing against anything mag fed when you have, bolt actions out there. But no, the pump action is really effective as it is. And this seems to be a fad. And they said in there, because people were asking them questions during their live show, what's the highest capacity? And they said they'll come out with a higher capacity magazine later. Well, since no one was clamoring for this, why didn't you come out with one now? Why would you wait?
Yeah, if you had like a 10-rounder or 15-rounder, even a 12-rounder or something. Yeah, I mean, we know they're going to be long, but at least you're going more than the magazine capacity of a standard tube-fed shotgun.
It'll be a drum. It'll be a drum, so it won't be long, but it'll hang off probably the left side of the gun.
Yeah,
or even center it up. But my thing is this: they went the same route, truthfully, as Springfield Saint. They gave us a lot of advertisement, a whole lot of sizzle, and no steak. I'm not impressed by what they came out with. The Saint is a solid rifle. I'll still say it's an okay rifle for somebody that's never going to do anything to their gun. They're going to buy it, take it out the box, and shoot it, and maybe put a sling on it, and that's as crazy as they're going to get with their rifle. Saint's fine. And along with the warranty. This is not even the same. They didn't do anything special except give it the ability to take a mag, which is already done by another company. Their big thing is this isn't a kit gun. It looks like one.
No kidding.
Yeah,
I think they'd be better off if they put it out as like a kit gun, and you could just order the part to do your own. I think they'd probably sell more that way.
They'd be better off if they Cerakoted it instead of having a steel receiver with an aluminum magazine well that's not going to be the same color no matter what, unless you do paint.
Right.
So it still looks like an add-on. It doesn't look good. Even their mag.
It looks like an afterthought.
Yep.
Yeah, it really does. It doesn't look like a slick shotgun. It doesn't look like an 870. It has no graceful lines. And I think it's a swing and a miss by Remington. They'll sell a bunch because, well, people are really loyal to the Big Green, and people are still in denial that their quality control has fallen way off.
Well, I think I think we put that one to sleep. Let's see. Do we have anything nice to say about it?
Still an 870.
It's a pump shotgun.
Hey, Remington's trying. They still trying. Swinging a miss again, but they still trying.
I mean, remember, you could get a Remington P380 or whatever their RP380 for $125.
Yeah. R51s are cheap right now.
Yeah. So my thing is this: if this goes the way of the R51 and all the other stuff, you'll be able to get this sucker for like $250 soon.
Probably cheaper than a tube-fed one.
Does Remington make an AR-15 right now?
They do.
Oh yeah, they do.
They have the R-15 or whatever.
No. They have their own Remington AR-10s.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that'll be next, and it'll probably be terrible. But okay, it's already here. So
Yeah. So now we have something that Zane keeps asking me why I put all this stuff in the show notes, and it's really not just because Zane is going to not like it. It's because until next month, I'm running out of stuff. If I was trolling you, there would be a lot worse stuff in here. I mean, there would be a lot of stuff in here. Actually, it would be full of like 9mm carbines and stuff like that if I was trolling Zane. What's next is the Uintah UPR-10 bolt action upper. Okay, I kind of have to explain this. This is for DPMS pattern AR-10 rifles. And what it is it's a precision bolt action upper that you can get in a few calibers as of right now. MSRP on it is $16.75, but it's $12.95 on their website right now, so I'm guessing maybe that's going to be the price anyway. It uses, you can get it in 308, 6.5 Creedmoor, or 243 Winchester. It uses the standard like Magpul, whatever mags you already use for your AR-10. It's compatible with any lower parts, mil-spec triggers, aftermarket triggers because of that. It is also compatible with any fore-end that would fit on your DPMS AR-10. So if you don't like the fore-end that comes on it, it uses a number 5 match grade barrel, threaded 524, 5/8 24. See, I can't read. I'm gonna have to say something to Kenny. So there is that. It sounds like, from what I've heard, they basically buy barrel blanks and then machine them to what they want and how it attaches. Put their basic, their bolt action system on it. It uses a 3-lug bolt system, and I think that is about everything I know about it. It also the upper is not a standard AR upper, as you would probably guess, because it's bolt. The actual upper part itself, it has a 20 MOA rail of all already built into the upper. So you don't need to put a rail on it to get out to some distance. It already has the upper itself is a 20 MOA rail. Am I missing anything? Doesn't look like it.
Barrel length.
Barrel lengths. Oh,
how long's the barrel?
It's about yay long. The 308 is 24 inch. The 6.5 and the 243 are 26 inch. And the 308 has
what you're buying or how you're buying it.
Yeah. And by the sounds excuse me. By the sounds of it, they kind of will do custom ones, but it may take them months. So, and who knows what the price will be.
Exactly.
Let's see. Who should we go to first?
Well, you already know Zane's going to fling poop at it like a monkey in the zoo. I'm of the opinion that anything like this is a cool idea. Reason I like it is because I'm in one of the prohibitive states that make up rules that make no sense. So anything that gives you an ability to still shoot AR-10, AR-15, and thumb your nose at anti-gun politicians is great.
Right, because you can, like in your case, you could run all the evil features like a pistol grip, collapsible stock, muzzle brake, whatever. Yeah.
You can't do an adjustable stock on a semi-automatic pistol grip. You can do an adjustable stock on a semi-auto rifle in Jersey. So that kind of limits your adjustments on anything. So that's why a lot of people really like the Ruger Precision Rifle, because it's a bolt action and you can adjust it and customize it to yourself. This falls in the same category. It's more expensive, but it has swappable parts. You have all the stuff for AR lower that you can do to it. You can slowly upgrade yourself. You can get like the latest and the greatest AR accessories for your lower, cool triggers. All that stuff can be popped in here. You can't do that with the Ruger Precision Rifle. That's one of the cooler things about this. You can keep your AR-10 lower and put some other upper on it. Again, in a state like this. And you can buy an AR-10 dedicated upper for it. And you can have a semi-auto in a free state. And then when you come back here, you can have the bolt action. That's the only way I see this making a dent. And that I'm agreeing with what Zane talked about before the show. Zane, why don't you tell everyone what you think about it?
Yeah, so that, if you don't live in free America, I see the merits like you're talking about, or even out of the country completely, where you have like a limit on the amount of guns you can have and people actually do the upper thing. But I remember the first bolt action upper I ever saw, and it was for calibers that won't fit in a mag well. Right, so there's like 338 and 50 BMG uppers for ARs, and they have to be bolt single fed because obviously you can't put a 50 BMG in a 223 mag well, or in this case 308 size mag well. But I just don't. And 15 years ago I would have said, oh yeah, this is cool because bolt guns are more accurate. But today bolt guns and gas guns, the accuracy difference is negligible. Everyone's moving to gas guns. I just don't see why you would do this over a gas gun. And if you want a bolt gun, why you wouldn't get something like the Ruger Precision or a Tikka even, something designed to be a bolt gun. I just, again, Tony's point has merit if you don't live in this country or something, but for the most part, I'm saying get a gas gun or buy a bolt gun. This is just this mutant thing. I don't feel it.
And I agree with Zane. I agree with Zane. If I didn't live here, if I didn't know firsthand what kind of BS we have to put up with in Jersey, I'd be like, what's the point of this? But yeah, he's right. This would not be a great idea in most places unless you're one of those dudes that just want something different. And I like that about it. But, I'm also one of the dudes that were so freaking geeked up about that Serbu 50 cal thing that I have pictures of on my on my Instagram, the Serbu 50 cal upper. That thing is just awesome. So, hey, I like guns. This is just another cool idea, and I'm down with this mainly because Zane doesn't like it, and it's not made by Remington or Diamondback.
Yeah. Well, that right there just pretty much says it's probably at least made well.
Oh boy, we're gonna have to get some hate mail for that one.
Cool.
Well, we never get mail, so hate mail's good mail. The thing is, Tony probably has really good, probably the best argument for something like this. Now, in my case, I don't know. I think it's kind of neat, but I'm with everybody else. I would probably just buy an AR-10, that pattern with a regular gas gun. And in my case, I'd put an adjustable gas block on it if I was going to suppress it. And I mean, basically you can turn the thing.
Why would you put an adjustable gas block on a bolt-action rifle?
No. On an AR, on a regular semi-auto
gas block on said rifle.
No, on a semi-auto one. And
there's no
that
two.
way when No, I said on a semi-auto one, Rob.
Oh.
Not a bolt gun. And so if you didn't want it to have port noise or anything when you shot it suppressed, which a bolt gun will do, and an adjustable gas block turned down all the way or to the off position on a semi-gun will do the same thing. What I do like about this actually is the built-in 20 MOA rail. I wish people would do that with a regular 6.5 Creedmoor AR-10.
If you look at the pictures, I'm not really keen on how they mounted the scope. It looks like did they mount the scope on the fore end, on the front rail?
It kind of looks that way, but I don't know. It might just be the picture. I don't know.
I hope it's just.
I'm scrolling through here and I can't
mount the scope. But anyways, yeah. We talked about this beforehand. I agree with y'all. This is interesting idea, but I think for the extra three bills, I'd go with the Ruger Precision.
And that's the thing is, but
you buy this thing, you call them up and say, I can't get any kind of decent grouping. They're going to say it's a lower. They're going to say
maybe, but the lower really doesn't have any place in accuracy. I mean, it all comes from the receiver to the barrel nut. Is where all your and the bolt, how the bolt fits, is where all your accuracy comes from.
Manufacturers always try to find some way to shirk their responsibility.
Exactly, we know that. But if you call them and be like, "Hey, this gun's shooting 4 MOA," and they're like, "Oh well, you must have put it on a crap lower, not our problem."
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand, man. Most of the stuff we deal with that we see is a bunch of marketing. I mean, really, seriously, it's a bunch of marketing. These guys built a tight upper from what I've seen. Now, I've stumbled across them when they just started on Instagram because someone else I follow really jumped on them because they're from that area too. And I saw, some of the shooting they were posting. And I was impressed by it, and I reached out to them, but they were like, I think they only had a couple rifles built at that time. So
I don't think they're very big.
Yeah, it's like a very small operation. So that's why I don't have anything like that. I just thought it was awesome being in the state. Again, that's restrictive. Again, the bills that pass soon, we won't be able to have anything really cool. So, pump action AR-15s might be a thing in Jersey like in the next year. So that's what sucks. So, yeah, stuff like this kind of sort of appeals to me on the I don't have another choice. If you want anything AR,
or if you just feel like I'm sure they'll sell quite a few of them. But I mean,
it looks very well made.
Yeah, and
I mean,
there's a lot of people out there that'll buy one just to probably just build up a gun for it. I mean, not even like, hey, I have this AR-10, I want to put this upper on it. They'll just be like, oh, that looks pretty cool, and they'll buy the upper and build a lower for it just to have it as a bolt gun. I mean,
well, this is one of the things I said about the Sabertooth Matador arms. When people go, well, why would I spend money on this when it costs more than the SKS? Because people are tired of building up AR-15s. Just they have as many ARs as they want. They've done all the stuff with ARs they want. Either they have one or they have five, but a lot of people are done. And it shows with what's the stuff that's coming out. Wait until SHOT Show. You're going to see a lot of weird things that you didn't see last year because the AR buying bug is dead. So they're going after your money with alternatives. And this is one of them, I think, that you'll just do something different.
Yeah, I think you're right because, yeah, you have saturated markets and now people are like, hey, this looks like something fun to try. I mean, as we know from all the sales at Black Friday, people are still buying guns. It's not like they stopped.
Oh, SHOT Show is going to be very interesting this year.
Yeah, because it's going to be a lot of really cool ideas or really like, what the heck is this ideas, I think.
I think, yeah, the time of, our brand new AR-15, nobody cares. I mean, as you saw how everyone was drooling over the Hudson.
No.
It's like the Hudson. The Hudson was a great big deal at last year's SHOT Show. And so was the Maxim, right? The Maxim 9. Those were the things everyone was really talking about that continued carrying on throughout the year. AR-15 stuff, nobody really cares.
I'm going to throw in my Hudson comment here. Those are a nice shooting pistol.
Awesome. I'm glad they lived up to some of the hype. Because
really, I mean, they're funky looking. But yeah, I mean, the one I shot was a nice shooter and it was comfortable. So, okay. Cool. Well, like we said, short show here or something. Listener feedback. Well, our buddy Zane didn't put any in here for us, so and I guess we got to try to make more people mad so we get some. It's time for you, and the second is for everyone.
All right, couple of things. Second is for everyone. Before I kick off, I'd like to thank Cody for sending me best wishes for my mom. That was pretty cool. He shot me a message over Facebook on the Simon Says Train page. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everybody who did say prayers for my mom. Second is for everyone. You guys know what it is if you've been listening regular. It's a Second Amendment workshop to invite more people of different backgrounds, races, genders, sexualities, religions, anything into the Second Amendment family. I've been hosting these since 2015. We're trying to make it grow. Christmas season is really rough because everyone's spending money on stuff, for their families and loved ones. But I do still need help. What we do with the funds is try to make the event more gear, more swag to give away. To invite more people to the events. And 2018, I'm really working hard on becoming a charity, and I just need to raise the funds to make that happen, along with the other legalities, and it all costs money. So if you guys can help me out, the GoFundMe account, second is for everyone, 2A4E. Type either one of those into the search engine on GoFundMe, and it'll come right up. Right now, the T-shirts, this is the last month for the T-shirts that we're doing that have the original sayings on the back. I'm talking to my T-shirt guy, and we're going to have something brand new for 2018. Totally different. Totally different sayings on the back and kind of unique to the 2A community. All right, and that's it for that. Again, thank everybody for allowing me to be on the show every week. Thanks for everybody that prayed for my mom. If you can continue doing that. Oh, news, she finally got out of ICU. She's not close to coming home.
Sweet.
We still have a bunch of stuff going on that she needs a lot of help. She is nowhere near what she was 3 weeks ago. So if you guys can keep praying, send them best wishes, I really, really appreciate it. Happy holiday to you.
Will do. So now we're on to the wrap up. Send questions, comments, or feedback to gungearreview@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review so we can read it on the air. And I don't know, I do actually have a phone case to give away here that they sent. So one of these days we'll figure out something to do with that. Check out all the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Be sure to visit the Firearms Insider for reviews and industry coverage. We actually have a review I got to post up here shortly. Not one I wrote, but Mike C. wrote it. He wrote one a while back, so there'll be another one soon. Check us out on Facebook at /Firearms Insider. Follow us at Firearms Insider on Instagram. There will not be a show next week. We will be back in the new year on the 2nd. So Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you for listening to the largest pound for pound podcast on the network. And we are out.
I've got to post that. I've got to post that picture.